I figured I'd go ahead and get part 5 out of the way as opposed to waiting until next year. It goes along with the theme of the movie, since I'm pretty sure this film was made only a couple of weeks after part 4. So many people were curious what would happen after the cliffhanger ending of part 4, making it the lowest grossing film of the entire series. So much so that outside of the United States, the film mostly went straight to video. But lucky us, we got to see it on the big screen! We just chose not to. Halloween 5 was rushed into production without a completed script, especially since the original script, featuring an all-evil Jamie being pursued by Myers, was changed, since producer Mustafa Akkad thought, nah, people just want to see Michael. That's the Akkad motto, God forbid someone do something different. Here's a thought, if you didn't want an evil Jamie, don't make her fucking evil at the end of your previous film. Even Donald Pleasance himself was disappointed that Jamie wasn't made to be evil. I even think the movie's subtitle is disappointed in the film, since The Revenge of Michael Myers is included on the poster, but not the actual movie. It's the movie where Michael gets revenge on the people that he was planning on killing anyway. Speaking of the poster, the movie is so rushed, they just used Michael's image from the Part 4 poster and stuck a picture of Jamie on it, who was wearing her Halloween costume, not from Part 5, but from Part 4. I really hope this movie wasn't made for cynical reasons. Even the opening credits are a little disorienting. Ooh, it's great when we can actually see the editor hacking away at the movie. And what in the hell is going on now? Is the movie giving someone a colonoscopy? I find this to be in bad taste. They're hacking away at little buddy's head from part 3. The film then shows us the ending of the 4th one, since it's been a whole year since part 4 came out. I would repeat the same jokes, but part 4 is so forgettable, I can't remember any of the jokes that I said about it. Though I do remember the scene, young Joseph Gordon-Levitt looks on as Michael is shot down a hole that transforms him from George Wilbur to Don Shanks. Alright, I remember when they threw dynamite down the hole and blew the piss out of it. Oh wait, that didn't happen. Though it should have, since the ending of part 4 suggests that they think Michael died from an 8-foot drop. But they didn't count on those wild rapids of Illinois suburbs. Oh my god, Mr. Shatner, just lay down, we'll fix you right up. It's 1 year later and Jamie is in a children's hospital, and I must say, this scene is creepier in the flashback than it was in the actual movie.
Look at me. Do you want me to call your mom?
Her mother, Laurie Strode, is dead. Thank you for reminding her of that stupid plot point. I guess the old salt gave Michael a tattoo. He must have. We've never seen it before. And without Michael's mask, we find out that he was Mad TV actor Michael McDonald this whole time. And hang on, has Michael been in a coma for a year? Does he hibernate when Halloween ends? And did his caretaker wonder why this sleeping giant went a whole year without needing food or water? It was nice of the old man to get Michael a new mask, since this isn't the Data from Star Trek mask that he was wearing in part 4. Jamie has visions of Michael's murders, so she writes, "He's come for me." It's always about you, isn't it? It's obvious he's come back to rid the world of old prospectors. I feel like they could be a lot more efficient in this hospital if they ever bothered to turn on some lights, especially when going down the stairs. Jamie is mute in this film because she'll return for Halloween 5, but you'll have to pay her extra for words.
She has something to tell us.
That's right. She can predict Michael's revenge, but not his box office. With the sunlight coming through, the hospital seems like an okay place, except for one thing.
Hey, open up!
The hell kind of security do you have in this building when anyone off the street can just come in? Not to mention this.
What's up, everybody? My man, you looking good, brother.
I can handle the talking dog, but there is one thing I'm having a problem with.
It looks so good.
Annoying Tina cannot possibly die faster. Loomis has no problem with these cokeheads being in the room, but only has a problem with the dog.
Man, that was cold.
And seriously, do something about the security here. Anyone could just throw a brick through the window. A brick that says the evil child must die. Cousin Oliver used to have the same things thrown through his window at the Brady house. They should have kept the dog around, since he's good at predicting danger too.
Oh, it looks like teeth pulling time.
Jamie discovering that sniffing markers will get you high is a little questionable, but not as questionable as Dr. Loomis creepily staring at the children through the window. She's having visions that the dog is in danger, and I guess it's easier for her to draw this scary image as opposed to just writing, "The dog is in danger." They warn Rachel to check on the dog, mainly because it's a Halloween film and this would be like the 10th time Michael Myers has killed a dog. By the way, it's nice that Rachel is incredibly forgiving of Jamie nearly stabbing her mother to death. This universe is weird. Just look at these cops.
All clear.
Nothing above, nothing below.
The fuck was that? I know it seems like I added that goofy music in myself, but I swear I didn't.
Max.
In Compton, an Italian dinner is microwave macaroni and cheese.
How is it that the talking dog makes more sense in this scene than the fucking circus music? Oh, and we haven't had enough creepy Loomis yet.
Tell me what you know. Right.
She then writes in all capital letters, "Boundaries!" I have a feeling Rachel is gonna die in this one. This is the second time she's gotten naked in the movie. But I'm not gonna lie, this movie contains some creepy shots that were solely missing in Part 4. At least this one is trying to mimic the suspense of Part 1, and not just the plot and dialogue. But it's a sequel, so I can find other stuff to complain about, like how Rachel dies 20 minutes into the film, making Jamie a terrible psychic. Rachel was killed to show the audience that no one is safe from Michael, and the audience responded by not giving a shit. Speaking of not giving a shit, Sheriff Meeker is back.
Every time a little girl twitches, I'm supposed to call out the National Guard.
How many people did he kill last year? Have you forgotten?
Oh yeah, it's not like one of the ones killed last year was your daughter. Ooh, too soon. Loomis shows the horror of the situation by displaying his scarred arm, which only reminds me that he's lucky that all he got was a scarred arm after this explosion. Oh good, she's back.
Wait till you see the burrito I'm gonna dump on your leather interior.
Chill out, Max.
So since Rachel is dead, does that mean we're stuck with this girl? I don't like the plot turns of this movie at all. And what's with the theme music? I'm glad this movie has introduced us to Halloween theme, the bummer version. The girl gets as excited as the dog about a doorbell, but she should be excited. Cameron Diaz is there to greet her, and boy do I mean excited.
Can you believe we have this whole house to ourselves for the weekend?
Tina, that's what you've said before, remember?
Oh, Sammy, are all your circuits on hold or what?
I know it's still the 80s, but is there a chance you could have gotten an actress who was on a fraction less cocaine?
Oh, Max!
I taught you better than that, kid.
But they still celebrate Halloween in Halloween Murder Town, so they gotta plan their Halloween murder party.
It's cool. Mikey and I like it in the car.
He likes the gear shift up his ass. I don't judge. So do we get to meet her boyfriend, Mikey?
Michael!
Does he know he's your boyfriend? He seems more annoyed by you than I do. Mikey is on his way to be every rebellious high school student from every 90s Fox teen show ever. He's late for his audition as bass player for The Heights. This movie is so fucking rushed that it's named two of its characters Michael. Again, why did Rachel have to take the guard dog with her? They clearly need one at the hospital. And now we have the version of the Halloween theme that Schroeder plays on his piano? The hell is with this hospital? There's just steam shooting everywhere? And what is this? The asylum from American Horror Story? Oh, she's made her way to where janitor Fred Krueger hangs out. Thankfully, she's rescued.
What happened? Was it one of your dreams again?
No, her dreams are less scary than the rooms in your hospital.
We both know he's alive. But you know where he is!
But nothing is scarier than Loomis yelling at a child.
What about your stepmother, Jamie?
I joked about Loomis's bedside manner in the past, but is this how he treated Michael? No wonder he stayed insane.
Dr. Loomis, leave the little girl alone.
A phrase that I have the feeling is said a lot. Ah, good. Creighton Duke has arrived to tell us Michael is like sticking a hot dog through a donut. Loomis makes his way to an abandoned house. Not sure whose house, because that is not the fucking Myers house.
Have you come home, Michael?
Answer is clearly no, because again, that's not the Myers house. Johnny Cash shows back up to show his entryway into a torture hostel. Now it just looks like he's hanging out at one of the wings in the hospital. Ah, good, the filmmakers have successfully combined Jeff Goldblum and Corey Hart. Hope there's not any other annoying teens.
Baby, I'm ready. Ow.
Get out of here, Ed Begley Jr., you're like 35. And given that Mikey was Jimmy Montrose from 16 Candles, I sure hope he gets rid of Michael the same way he got rid of the geek.
She's totally serious, asswipe.
Why didn't they just have him literally playing the same character from 16 Candles? See this? This is a good way to piss off a Jimmy Montrose. Jimmy should have seen this coming. Since he truly knows horror, he was Professor Peabody in Mary-Kate and Ashley, the Case of the Funhouse mystery. Since you have to specify that your case is also a mystery. Oh shit, we're late for the hospital's Gobs in Costume pageant. One thing I'm noticing about Haddonfield is there seems to be a lot of children in the hospital. Oh no, Jamie is getting another vision.
Tina, clean up room service.
It's Tina who might be killed, so she doesn't say anything. What the fuck? I know they advertised that we could see his face in this film, but is that his face? If he knew this would get him some action, Michael would have used this mask a long time ago. Also, he's Stuntman Mike now. Someone in the hospital gave him driving lessons and also taught him to be a stunt driver. Don't mind Jamie, someone put ass blaster sauce in the Halloween cookies. Oh boy, is this where Tina finally gets... Rescued? Yes, thank you. Put heavy protection on the character who is really bothering me. The only other person I've seen put this much protection on annoying characters is Eli Roth. But if it weren't for Tina, Jamie wouldn't have the courage to finally speak.
Tina!
No, it's Taylor! But Tina has better things to do than be protected from a serial killer.
When you're older, there are people you're gonna meet who make you feel like connected.
What I'm trying to tell you is that I really need a penis inside of me. Good to know we sent every cop out to save her and she instantly leaves 5 minutes later.
Be sensible.
I'm never sensible if I can help it.
Tina!
See, if we don't let her get killed, then she won't learn her lesson. Don't worry, we'll get the bumbling cops earlier to follow her around. Wait, bumbling cops? That feels somewhat familiar. That's better than the lurking creeper from Jeepers Creepers being her bodyguard. They get to the party and I see that Michael has stopped to change masks and he's driving the car that everyone should be looking for.
What do you think? Orders are orders. I look like a life-threatening situation to you?
Well, he's dressed like the killer, so maybe? And yes, these cops are supposed to be an homage to the bumbling cops from Last House on the Left. I knew I was pissed off for a reason. So let's not homage what made Last House on the Left disturbing, but instead let's pay tribute to the one thing that kept it from being great. At least these bumbling cops seem slightly more competent.
She's a virgin.
Got her phone number?
Better than when Michael talked in that Rob Zombie movie. Wait, that's not Michael.
Just a little Halloween prank, okay?
Definitely not funny.
Damn right it's not funny. It's this kind of reckless endangerment that got Ben Tramer killed, which you all seem to be forgetting, and I expect maturity out of this bunch. Maybe that's why I'm not mad at the bumbling cops. They fit better in this film than if they came after a gang rape scene. I don't know what they smoked at that party, but sometimes you just gotta chase some kittens through a barn. This is one of the earliest slasher films where the annoying sidekicks are the main characters. I mean, for fuck's sake, the boyfriend's name is Spitz.
Spitz? Spitz?
Oh good, we're about to find out how Michael prefers his oral sex. Oh, for the love of God, enough with the damn fake-outs. Ben Tramer is spinning in his grave, and don't even get me started on how this film neglected to mention the murder of Ted Hollister. This movie practices safe sex, but not the safe handling of kitchen knives. I am disappointed. Same with pitchforks. If this were Necromantic 2, she'd just be getting started. Unfortunately, we'll just have to trust the MPAA that the girl was killed too. I guess Tina is the hero that we deserve.
You guys want to come skinny dipping?
I mean, that's a thing we do in horror films, right? Sorry if I seem annoyed by it. And now she realizes it was the cat that murdered her two friends. At least this movie does what Last House on the Left should have done. It killed the bumbling cops. Michael starts chasing Tina, but realizes it would be much funnier to run over the children. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Ugh, damn it. I don't even know this kid. I just thought it would be really funny if he died. Thankfully, Jamie is the type of kid who can outrun a car. This movie is daring to trump Halloween 4 by once again actually being menacing. The Michael Myers death car is something that I could have gotten used to in this series. Unfortunately, it's an 80s movie car, so it explodes very easily. I haven't felt this uneasy since the first one. What is this movie doing to me?
No! Oh God! No!
Unlike in part 4, I am actually worried that he's gonna kill this kid. This child murder I don't find funny at all. Tina saves her and blah blah is stabbed, but is the talking dog okay? Dr. Loomis still has his special powers from part 4, the power of showing up at any place it's convenient. Jamie now finally wants to help them kill Michael, which begs the question, how many people did he have to kill before she helped them? It was Tina getting stabbed that was her threshold? I suppose the poster did promise that Michael lives, and this time they're ready. Yeah, they're so ready that the movie still has a body count of 17. I, for one, am ready for more Loomis monologuing.
Michael, go home! Go home!
Hasn't that been what most of this series has been about? The night he came home? Loomis is telling Michael to meet him at Michael's home for a final showdown. Too bad they'll both be at different houses, since again, that's not the fucking Myers house! By the way, what's creepier than Loomis looking through the hospital window? This guy creepily staring at the little girl brushing her hair.
You're one brave little girl.
I'll say she's brave being in the same room as you. I'd rather be in a room with Michael. She's getting a vision. She's now telling the deputy that Snowflake the dolphin is about to be kidnapped. She's envisioning someone else getting attacked, which means that all of the police force has to change locations. I don't know, maybe leave like half of them there with the kid, just saying.
Now you'll come, won't you, Michael?
I guess Loomis was counting on the sheriff's station being incompetent. But thank God they left a guard out front. Well, if Michael can take down a random guy in his car, then he truly is unstoppable. Loomis, however, wants them to stay put.
Charlie, Michael Myers is outside.
Damn, part 5 is a welcome return of Dr. Loomis being awesome! Michael is now approaching one of the Amityville knockoff houses. Look at that shot. Impressive. I appreciate that this is a movie made by someone who has seen Halloween, but they just forgot what the house looks like. Michael has the look of, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I just want to kill some kids and some frolicking teenagers. Is that too much to ask? Okay, fine. The deputy will do too. Oh, damn. His one weakness. Whew, good thing he overcame his weakness. Locked doors. I thought for sure the sheriff made the right call, leaving this guy as their only defense against Michael. Careful falling down that vent. This house just might be haunted. It certainly changes its structure. Why does this movie have to resort to putting children in danger? I can handle a pitchfork to the back during coitus, but children in danger? You've gone too far, movie. This film about a man trying to kill his 9-year-old niece should have only featured her having tea parties. I am now thoroughly convinced that this is just Don Shanks himself trying to kill his co-stars. He really hates kids. Oh no, she's back at the hospital. It looks like the same set. If you just leave Michael alone here long enough, he's bound to accidentally start a fire and kill himself. But unfortunately, we learn the fate of the movie's most beloved character.
It's gonna take more than a cap and a booty to stop this hype hood.
Well, it's gonna come to this anyway. Might as well just crawl in the coffin and get it over with. Have at it, Michael. Get your revenge.
Uncle?
Whoop, she cried uncle. You gotta stop. Or just take your mask off like the advertising suggested.
You're just like me.
Yes, both of you are 6'5", hulking 40-year-old men. He backs away because he doesn't want her to know that he too bleeds maple syrup. So it's come to this, Dr. Loomis using unwilling children as bait. 80s medicine was not the best. But these lines sure are fantastic.
Let's play a game. Catch the little girl.
Dr. Loomis just said, let's play catch the little girl. Good thing this guy wasn't around to hear you say that. Halloween 5 proves that while bullets may not stop Michael, a tranquilizer dart does. And if that doesn't slow him down, a break to the nose with a 2x4, which Donald Pleasance actually did break Donald Shanks' nose during this. And that's before Loomis got possessed by Tommy Jarvis. Die! Watch what you're saying. If he dies, how are we gonna have several more of these films? Rarely have I seen a slasher film where the killer is placed under arrest. It's nice that they let him keep his mask in the cell.
National Guard will take him to a maximum security facility, where he'll stay till the day he dies.
Whoa, easy there, Nancy Grace. We haven't even had a trial yet. An explosion is then heard, and here, kid, just wait in here by yourself. Surely the Illuminati from Chainsaw 4 won't go outside. You know, I asked this in part 4, and I'm gonna ask it again. Are we sure that Michael isn't also the Hitcher? Will we find any answers at the end of part 5? That just sets up for the next film, where Sam Gerard hunts down fugitive Michael Myers. Don't believe me? They clearly set it up in this film. The movie is directed by a Gerard. While this movie may have had the lowest box office of the Halloween films, it still made a profit considering it only had a $3 million budget. Hear that, movies? The film was a disappointment, but it still brought in a profit. Be cheaper! Perhaps audiences were too scared to go in the theater, considering the movie's totally apocalyptic bleakness and the fact that the characters actually look like they're being chased by a serial killer. Or they didn't go because part 4 was a disappointment, no one really cared about part 5. Or as it was known in the late 90s, H5 Trom. The ending is such a mystery, it's like an episode of Lost! Too bad horror films had to wait 6 years for the follow-up, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Which means that I will wait 6 years to do an episode on Halloween 6. Just kidding, I'll do it next year.